Good afternoon, ladies. First, giving honor to God, I'd like to thank Pastor Bethea and Miss Miriam for giving us this opportunity to come together and talk about women God can use. My topic is the Proverbs 31 woman, or the original superwoman. At first glance, this scripture seems to be about a woman who is able to do everything all the time, and she does it perfectly. In other words, she is a superwoman. Now, I don't know about you, but measuring up to this Proverbs 31 woman seems like an unattainable goal. It would be easy for us to read over this scripture and think, wow, I can't live up to that, so why try? And we move on, barely giving these scriptures serious thought. I don't believe it was God's goal for us to be superwomen. So, let's take off our superwoman cape and boots and let's get real. Let's take a look at the principles of Proverbs 31 woman and see how we can apply them to our lives today. First, we need to understand that she was not a single woman doing all these things all of the time. She was a compilation of the best traits of a godly woman as a whole. She is an ideal and was included in the scriptures to encourage and to inspire us to be godly women. Next, we need to understand that this scripture was not written for a woman to instruct them on how to measure up. Actually, it was written as words of advice from a mother to her son, the king, on what to look for in a godly woman to be his wife. Now, while the traits of this woman can be commended for all the wonderful things she does, the most important thing about her is that she fears the Lord. She sees the wisdom in living her life out of a desire to honor God and to obey him and to serve him. This makes her a woman after God's own heart. In studying the women of the Bible, we see that each woman was known for her special characteristics or spiritual gift. Dorcas was known for taking special care of widows and orphans. Lydia for her business skills and ability to run a household. Esther for her courage and integrity. They were all human women with weaknesses as well as significant strengths. The real superwomen of the Bible were not super at everything, but by focusing on one or more spiritual gift, they were able to make extraordinary differences. Their distinct spiritual gifts made them realistic superwomen that God could use and that we can relate to. As women of God, we have all been given distinct spiritual gifts, like the women in the Bible. Focusing on that spiritual gift and how we can best serve using that gift is the best way to start serving God and those around us. Being a superwoman of God doesn't mean we have to be perfect at everything. If you have compassion and love of Dorcas, or the courage and integrity of Esther, and if you cultivate your heart with the word and prayer and live a life that bears the fruit of the scripture, you are already on your way to being a virtuous woman. if we look at this scripture in the context of the Bible, rather than as a standalone passage, we can see one simple thing. It's not really about the Proverbs 31 woman. It's not about me, and it's really not about you. It is about God and how we can best serve him. When we read this scripture, we can see that it embodies the character of God, reflected through each of us. This woman is worthy. She is faithful. She is good. She is wise. She is powerful. She is compassionate. And also, she is attentive. She is a reflection of the character of God shining brightly through her. She helps all those around her to know the character of God. Through the works of her hands and her heart, the attributes of God can be known by every person within her reach. Her beauty lies in her reflection of the Creator. In conclusion, let me leave you with these thoughts. First, pray and ask God to give you wisdom and show you his purpose. Make a commitment to start each day with God time, even if it's just a short prayer. Remember, you are justified by faith through grace, and becoming a woman after God's own heart is a journey you will always be traveling. Thank God for giving you a blueprint for living and for painting such a beautiful picture of womanhood. Tell others what God has done in your life. Hold yourself to a standard of grace, not perfection. So, let's put away our superwoman cape and boots and just be real women that God can use. Thank you.